Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Pana'Life. My name is Austin Hess, COO and lead relocation specialist with Panama Real Estate and Relocation, and the senior editor of the Restaurant, Travel, and Lifestyle magazine. And of course, I love taking my viewers around the country of Panama, showing you the best restaurants, hotels, and businesses that I believe you must know. And today I'm here in beautiful Casco Viejo. This is the place, the number one place in Panama for tourism. It's where all the tourists and all the locals like to come to have great food, entertainment, checking out the beautiful churches, and so much more. And today we're gonna be going over to Casco Antiguo Spanish School to talk to David, the founder, about why he started the school and how they teach Spanish in this specific way that really gets it to stick. I'm actually a student of his school and I absolutely love the way they're teaching, and I'm starting to finally learn Spanish even after 14 years being in this beautiful country. Guys, I'm super excited to dive in deep and show you guys all about this awesome school. Come on, let's go. All right, guys, we are here with David Gold, the founder of Casco Antiguo Spanish School. I'm so honored to be here, brother. Nice to see you.
Same, thanks for having me.
Oh man, you know, it's been a long time coming. I've known David for so long. I was promising him that I was gonna get into his classes. You know, I've only been here almost 14 years. I think it was about time I learned some Spanish. And I finally signed up about 6 months ago. So I wanted to get David on camera to talk a little bit about his story, talk about his school, because I'm just so blown away. You know, I have such an incredible instructor and I'm finally picking up Spanish, man. It's really, really cool.
Well, we're happy you chose us, and I'm glad you're learning so much.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, let's talk a little bit before we get into the school itself. What brought you to Panama, and give us a little backstory of why you started Casco Antiguo Spanish School.
Well, I've been here almost as long as you've been here, 15 years now, a little bit longer really. But I came on vacation and stayed. I came as a backpacker. I was traveling, I was living in New York City, didn't want to get a real job, applying to law school, trying to figure out what that looked like, and was like, I don't want to sit in an office for the rest of my life. Let alone
back home, you know, where it's cold and miserable and there's so much drama happening. Now you're down here in beautiful Panama.
Exactly. So I came down kind of on vacation. It was a 2-week vacation and I stayed. It's been 15 years. So I started businesses. I started teaching English. It was New York English, is English for poor people. Turns out they don't have money, so that wasn't a good business. Learned the hard way, but you know, when you don't have any money, I came here with $200 my bank account, so you have to fail quickly. So you know, I quickly shifted to, it was English for restaurants and hotels, and that was actually a good business, but it turned out more to be a job than a business.
Gotcha.
And then I transferred from English to Spanish, and so now it's Casco Antiguo Spanish School. It's been about 14 years now. We've grown. We've got 18 people working at the school right now. We've got an amazing team of full-time teachers. They're all professionals. We have an activities coordinator, and I'll tell you a little more about that, but that's basically it. I came here and kind of just figured it out.
Because you do a couple different things here. You know, I'm personally doing online classes, one-on-one and with the instructor, but you also do a lot of like group teachings and then group activities. Can you talk us a little bit about like the different options and activities that you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have online classes for the people at home. We have actually an online program, self-directed, video-based. You can do that. We also have in-person classes. That's most of what we do is immersion, like a 1 week to, you know, several months at the school, but you can come just for 1 week at a time. And then we have online classes live with a professor like you do, Zoom, with a teacher one-on-one. But other than that, a lot of what we do at the school that makes us different, besides being in this beautiful Casco Viejo, is the activities. Is you have free social activities. Every day there's a salsa class, there's a sunset bike tour, there's beach volleyball, and there's a happy hour and a rooftop bar. So there's great ways to meet other students and kind of practice outside of class.
And then when you're doing these activities, you have an instructor that's taking them around and like really influencing the Spanish language?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a staff member from each activity running the activity. And then the classes themselves, I want to say, they're not really classroom based. So we do start in the classroom, but we really try to get you out of the classroom as quickly as possible to practice in real life situations. So you're visiting the local market. You might do a cooking class with your teacher. Cool. You may visit a museum and like get out. So, you know, when you're doing it and using the language, you can actually use it, you know?
Absolutely. Now, let's say our viewers out there, whether they're already living in Panama or they're considering coming to Panama, how do they get signed up for a class? How do they get more information about the classes offered?
So cascospanish.com, C-A-S-C-O, Spanish.com is our website. Everything's on there, but basically the first step is you take a placement test. If you know nothing, just say, I know nothing, or put your name in and send it. I think you may have done that, but even though I know you know something, I know you know a little bit. But basically we have a diagnostic. We have 9 levels in total. So beginner 1, 2, 3, intermediate 1, 2, 3, advanced 1, 2, 3. We figure out your level and then we put you in a group with people at your same level. Really small groups. So usually it's maximum 2 or 3 people in the group. 4 is actually the max, but it's 2 or 3 is usually the average in the groups.
Well, that's awesome. You know, and I want to mention too, you know, like again, I went so long living in Panama, knowing basic Spanish, but not really being able to have a civil conversation, you know, like just hola, hello, baño, these things.
Yeah.
You know, and of course I've used Duolingo and little online apps like this, but I have to say, it's just so incredible. You know, the teacher that I have, Rogelio, he's just so amazing. I'm just blown away by the way that I'm been educated and the way that he dissects the language so that an English speaker, a native English speaker, can really understand it, because they're quite different languages. I mean, it's incredible, like understanding feminine and masculine and all these different exceptions. But it really sticks, and it's like, tell me a little bit about like how you train your teachers and how you go about that portion of it.
So I learned Spanish in school like most people, which means I didn't learn Spanish. Like most people have Spanish in high school or college. I had 7 years of school. And I went to Bolivia for the Peace Corps right after college, and they tested my language, and I was a beginner too. I was low beginner. This is after 7 years. I was like, this is crazy. But then 3 months of intensive classes in the Peace Corps, and I was a high intermediate. I could say and do everything I needed to, and something just clicked. And so that's the same exact method that I used in Bolivia is that we use here at the school. So it's communicative method. As you know, it's all Spanish in Spanish. So I could tell you that grandfather is abuelo, but every time you need to use that word, you have to think into your English brain.
Yes, and that's
so
not the way, right?
Instead, I'll say, el papá de tu papá es tu abuelo. Your dad's dad. And so it takes a little bit longer, but it works. Because if you always have to be thinking in English and then translating, you'll never have a normal conversation.
That's the hard part about it. And now I'm thinking in Spanish.
Exactly.
Like even
there's simple thoughts.
My girlfriend told me that I started mumbling in my sleep in Spanish.
Yes, we did it. We did it. Amazing. I love it.
So, and that's when you know that it's really starting to stick and it's getting into the soul, you know, and like, it's just a beautiful thing. Well, man, it's so awesome what you're doing. Again, I know that so many people that I've talked to in the community really appreciate your school. I appreciate your school and what you've done to the community. And of course, any of our viewers out there, again, guys, if you're considering signing up for a school, but you're really looking for that diversity and to get the education, as David explained, from the inside out, you know, dissecting the language, you know, it's the only way to really, really learn it and have it stick. So
and make it fun. We're not here to torture anyone. You know, your class is like, you're like, oh, it's a 2-hour class and it goes by like nothing.
Of course, of course. Well, David, I appreciate it.
My pleasure, man.
Thank you so much, and keep doing what you're doing, man. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pana'Life. I had such a blast showing you guys all about this amazing Spanish school. Remember, if you want to get involved, just check out their website. All that information is in the text of this post, and get signed up. Whether you're here in Panama or you're coming to Panama, they have all types of different options, from online to in-person, and all these great activities that David was telling us about. And remember, guys, if you're interested in knowing more about Do Panama, check out our website, dopanama.com. We have a ton of information about all of our great services and how you can intertwine in the community here, retire, relocate, or invest in this beautiful country. Guys, I've had a blast, but it's time for me to go. Until next time, ciao!